Hi, this is Digital Femme and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I wanted to talk about change and letting go. I'm sure many of you have experienced this situation before, whether it was a move that you had to do and maybe you weren't even prepared for, or you thought you were, like moving to another city or a country for a job, or having to just leave an apartment or leave a place because you needed to go. I just realized that even more so, there are cycles. We get to choose where in that cycle of life do we want to bring back things into our lives. If you want to know more about what I mean, then please continue watching. Hi, well, I'm glad you stayed. So this is my 36th video in the 1166-day challenge. And what that 1166-day challenge is I've chosen to do one thing for 1 hour a day for 66 days. And that one thing that I chose to do was to jumpstart this old YouTube channel of mine that was started in 2008. And I figured that if I did one video for about 1 hour, well, not really talking 1 hour, but the whole editing and stuff like that for 66 days straight, then it'll definitely be enough to jumpstart this channel. Today, I wanted to talk about change. And what I really mean was back in 2016, I lived in the same building. I live in an apartment building. And a few years ago, I lived in the same apartment building, but in a larger space than what you see. It was a loft space that was newly renovated, and it was one of the first units of this building that got renovated. So they removed the ceilings. So the ceilings were like pretty much 14 feet high, and it was really good. So at that time, just as I moved into that loft, I had a job, a really, really good high-paying job with a medical research company that was located by the university in the city where I live. They were really moving forward in terms of like medical devices and medical food. Everything was going okay, and just as I got the lease for the new loft that I had been waiting for it to be ready for about 18 months, and I was like the first tenant ever to move in, I got called into the office one day. I noticed that my boss and HR was there. To make a long story short, it was that day on June 24th, 2016, that I got laid off. The reason why I got laid off was they had hired me for social media and digital strategy or digital relations manager. I guess it was the decision of the board that rather than pay a position like mine, they really would rather put the money going into developing their medical devices. I understood. I mean, what can I do, right? But I just moved into a loft that was considerably more expensive. I moved into it thinking that, I've got this high paying job and it's not going to be a problem at all, until it was. I had to let go and sell a lot of things. I ended up selling a digital piano, a Yamaha. I really, for the longest time, throughout all my moves, have not been able to have a piano. Usually when I move, I try to obtain one because that's just part of me. It's part of how I relax. It's part of how I unwind and channel emotions or feelings. It was really a sad day when I chose to sell that piano, and it went to a nurse who worked really long nights, and she too needed to have a piano to feel not necessarily complete, but just be herself, which I could understand. So that was in 2016 when I sold the piano. So it's been like 4 years. Last night, I had this inkling to just look up digital pianos. I know that London Drugs interestingly enough, is one of my favorite places to buy tech gadgets of all things. They really have they sell drones there, for heaven's sakes, and camera equipment and gaming laptops. So, why not? So I looked and I saw that they had, like, what is it, an Alexis digital piano, 88 keys weighted. And I was like, well, okay. And it wasn't expensive at all. It was actually rather quite cheap compared to the Yamaha I bought like earlier. So I kept that in mind. And then today I went out to do grocery shopping, and I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go to London Drugs and just see. Actually, I wanted to go to London Drugs to see if there was a gaming laptop that I really wanted. There was like an 2-year, like, what is it, 2018 Precision MSI laptop that I was eyeing. And I really wanted to go to London Drugs to see if it was there. And then for some reason, I normally go straight to the area, but then I ended up going all the way to the back of the store, which was like the houseware and the kitchenware. And then I ended up going around. So I had to pass the camera section, and then I just passed where the camera accessories were. And on the right side, there it was, which I totally forgot, was the Alexis digital piano. And I'm like, oh, here it is. And I was able to try the keys, and right there I decided I'm buying it. So then I got one of the store clerks, and he got a boxed one from on top, and then now I have it. I literally have it now here in my little studio apartment. I call this a DF studio, digital fam. Every place I've lived, I've always called it. Every place I lived, I'd get Wi-Fi, and I would rename my Wi-Fi to DF Studio. And this is really turning into to a studio, because not only do I have a makeshift like YouTube studio set up like right here, now I also have like not a real music studio, but so where did I put this digital piano? It's in the bedroom. I really can't find a place to put it in the living room, like over here, like you can't see it. So there is a place between my bed and the wall and the floating shelf with the plants, and it's underneath the floating shelf, and I can just squeeze by. And I think it's great. And I'm deciding to, you know what, instead of watching television, which I don't have a TV, but I do watch shows on Netflix. So instead of watching shows on Netflix, I would just love to every night practice playing. And I still have kept all my old books. I mean, not old. I recently bought them like in 2016 when I got my Yamaha. But I still have my music sheets and music books, so I could just practice. And you guys, I'm so happy. It might not seem like I'm happy. I'm just really tired. But it's really late here, and I'm determined to do this 1166-day challenge, and I believe this is my 36th video. But it had dawned on me that I remember making the decision to let go and sell that Yamaha piano. And I was happy for the nurse that had received it, because she was really happy to get it, to finally to be able to play again. And I totally understood that, because I was so happy to get the Yamaha piano and to actually have it and to be able to play again. But there was something in me that I knew that, you know what, how sad that may have been. I know it's a material thing, but there is a little bit of a letting go process. I knew that even though I was selling it, there would come a day when I'll get a piano again. And I didn't expect to get one today, honestly, especially in this very small space. But it came to me yesterday, and I got it today. It's not that getting the piano makes me feel complete. Absolutely not. I'm complete without anything. I know that. But it just makes me feel like, yeah, I get to do the things I want to do. I get to do the things that I love. And one of those things is obviously playing the piano. So I just wanted to share that with you, because basically, you know, we let go of things, and or we have to let go of things, or sometimes things are no longer with us because it's not our decision, it just happens, and we're not ready for it, and it's sad, and it's change, and it's a process. But then it's also a cycle, because how many times have you moved? I've moved a lot. I've really moved a lot, especially different countries I've moved to. So it's not like I'm new to this, having to leave things behind, like big things, because you can't, you know, like you can, but it's really expensive to like take a piano from Houston to Frankfurt or whatever, because I did leave a piano in Houston. I'm amazed at how I remember going through what I went through in 2016, being laid off, and months after having to sell things just to get by. And now it's different again, because now I'm still working remotely. I mean, now I'm really working remotely, and I'm working again, and I'm able to get the things that I want to get. I haven't really gotten any big purchases in I mean, think a microphone and a ring light and studio light like that. But yeah, I'm really happy that I really got this piano, and it's in my bedroom, and it just brings back so many good memories of the songs that I love to play. So I really hope that in whatever stage you are in life, know that if you have ever gone through something that I had to go through, or you're in it, then there's always a tomorrow. There's always an opportunity to get back to where you were before. And it's nothing to do with going to the past, but just being able to have again a place and a state of being where you get to choose to have what you want around you, and the freedom to choose what things you want that make you happy. I'm not saying material things make people happy, but they sure add to, you know, this process of like making music and enjoying it. So that's really all I had to say for today. Boy, these videos are getting really stale. Like I said in my other video, I don't know which one that was, but maybe I shouldn't have done this 166-day challenge, because now it's starting to feel like a chore. Like, oh, I gotta do this video, what am I gonna say? Well, I did have something to say, and I'm not sure if I really wanted to get the point across that I wanted to, but yeah, it's really nice that I've got this piano, and maybe in another video I'll show it. I could just take this, and you know what? I'll just take it. I'll do it. I'm gonna take this. Oops, which means I have to unhinge this thing. So I don't know how the sound is, if the sound can still pick up. So I had to unplug my Blue Yeti mic. So there it is. So yeah, let's go. There it is. I even covered it. I covered it with my silk scarf, and there it is. So now I'm in my bed, and I'm so happy that I have a piano. So, oh, it's crazy because I'm looking at myself here in the front-facing camera. I should be looking there. Well, anyway, if this video resonated with you, then go ahead and give it a like. And why not, oh, how am I gonna hold this? Subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you for watching and visiting. Bye-bye.